Hello everybody and welcome back, and a big welcome back to my dark hair. It was time for a change. I was getting tired of my red hair era and I love this color. It just feels like me and it's different from what I used to go in with. It looks a lot darker on camera, but in person it's a really nice, rich, warm brown. I think it's so flattering and I'm just in love with the change. But besides my hair change, today I'm going to be filming my monthly roundup, which is crazy. I can't believe another month just flew by without me noticing. But before we get into the roundup, I would love for you to subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get started. I'm going to start off with my disappointments, and my first disappointment was this Lily by Red Glow Veil in the shade 02. It's a cute little highlighter. I wanted to love it so bad. First of all, the packaging is just to die for. I think it's adorable, but the formula is pretty subpar from what I've tried, and it hard pans quite quickly. You can kind of see it there. See that glazed part? And it's just really hard to work with. It feels like such a promising formula when you're actually swatching it. It feels really nice and creamy. With that being said, it just lays really thick on my skin and it's really hard to build up on your cheek with a brush or anything. I just found it really hard to work with. Once it's swatched on my hand like this, it looks really pretty, but it does have an ashiness about it. It's very white based, so it just looks off. It's more so like an eyeshadow. I'm going to be keeping it to put on my eyes in future looks and such, but as a face highlight, it's a no. It almost has like a duochrome aspect, like the base shade here, you can see it's like ashy and almost green. So it's just really unflattering. The texture was just too thick. It just stood off on my face and just made my whole look mismatched. So it wasn't good. Another blush I got in my Asian beauty haul that disappointed me was this About Tone blush in the shade 02. This one, I liked the texture. It felt really nice. It felt a little bit more on the serumy gel type formula, but this shade itself was just too pale, and I tried to mix it in with my concealer, but it's just so low in pigment that it doesn't really add anything, and it just kind of messed up my concealer formula. Now that it's blended out on my hand here, you can see it just kind of disappears, and it does dry down to a powdery state, but it's so powdery that it just like falls off. This formula to me was an absolute no. No. I have a mascara here. This is the Huda Beauty One Coat Wow. This is still really new to me, but I've tried it 2 times and I've made up my mind. It's just not good. It feels very promising at first because it's very quick and it's like, wow, one coat and yeah, the volume's there, but it's just very heavy throughout your lashes and it just takes down all of the curl and it just weighs them down way too much, and it's just very unflattering and it can get very clumpy very quickly. Like, there are so many better mascaras out there. One specific one in this video, but we'll talk about that later on. So this one was a complete no for me. And my last disappointment, which was probably my biggest disappointment of the year so far, are the Rare Beauty eyeliner pencils. The Perfect Strokes Longwear Gel Eyeliner. These are really not it, you guys. I have such a love for pencil eyeliners. You guys know I have like a ton of favorites, but this was the worst one I think I've ever come across. It was so hard to work with. I just feel like these are actually completely unusable. I thought at least they would work well in the waterline, but it doesn't. They actually crumble and they get under my contacts and it's very uncomfortable. The whole situation is just so sad. The colors looked so stunning, but the actual formula is so bad. You'd work with it, but it would dry immediately on your skin and on the actual pencil. So it was just really tuggy and dry. You couldn't blend them out at all. You couldn't even get a smooth application. It was very skippy and tuggy, and just every horror story you could think up with an eyeliner, this offers it. Like, it's just not good. And as you can see, I don't have the brown one anymore. I got the sharpener stuck in the cap and I just, sadly, that one had to go in the trash. I feel so bad about it. I feel so bad, but it's just not a good quality product. And yeah. As you can see, I feel very bad talking about it, but don't spend your money on them. But moving past that, now let's get into the products I liked, starting with this Lily by Red Love Beam Cheek Balm in the shade 02 once again. This one actually feels quite nice. Again, the shade I picked specifically feels a little bit light for my complexion, but as you can see here, it still has a good amount of pigmentation. It's quite even and it actually shows up really well. The texture is also really nice. It reminds me of a few of my favorite blushes, like the About Face ones and the Tower 28 blushes. It feels like a perfect combination of both of those formulas in one. So it starts off really melty and balm-like, but it ends up feeling a little bit powdery and just set. And it also is very blurring, which I love. The formula is very consistent and easy to work with, and they do have some other colors that are a bit more punchy, which I would be interested in picking up. I just feel like this one might just be a little light for my personal complexion. But yeah, it feels like a really solid formula. Another really exciting formula are these Juicy Pang blushes. I picked up 2 shades. I have Fig and Grape. These feel identical to the MAC Glow Play blushes. They have that same squishy texture. They have that subtle curl running through them that just exaggerates the glow. They feel moisturizing but still like a powder blush. They're completely identical, and that's why I put them in my legs, because they don't stick out to me that much because I feel like I've seen them before. But even so, they are a really nice solid formula, and they have some gorgeous colors. And if you are interested in this kind of product, I think you'd really like it. They also smell really nice. But yeah, they're really easy and even to put on. You can use them with your finger or a brush. I prefer a brush just for quicker application. They're awesome. Moving on to the other Rare Beauty launches, I actually really enjoy the eyebrow pencil. I'm really happy that they sent kind of a brown shade so I can use it with my new hair now. It feels quite similar to like a lot of other brow pencils out there, but it's so much better than their previous one. This one actually has good pigmentation, but it's not overly pigmented, so you're not going to just have Sharpie brows. I would say it has like a medium amount of pigmentation that's buildable, so it looks really nice and natural and kind of fluffy through your brows. I really like how it grips onto the skin underneath of my brows. It stays put all day, and I like the actual shape of the pencil. It's a little bit of a diamond shape, so you're able to create fine hair-like strokes like so. If you tilt it to the side, you can get kind of like a wider surface area, or if you go this way, you can get a thinner surface area. There's just a multitude of ways you can use this pencil, and I think it's awesome. It reminds me heavily of the Kosas one, just in a different shape, which I like. And it also comes with a spoolie, which is always helpful. I also really liked these from Rare Beauty. These are the All of the Above Weightless eyeshadow sticks. At first I was like, I don't know, but I keep reaching for them, especially the lighter tones. I really enjoy the shades Well-Being and Integrity. I did do like a little swatching reels of all of them on my eyes, so you can see that. I'll put a little clip in this video too. They're all really nice. They're pretty consistent across the board, aside from this shade, the darkest one, Compassion. This one has a little bit of a different texture, of like a satin glittery shade, whereas this one is just kind of satiny, and it's a little bit sheerer than the other ones. And I feel like it was a little bit stiffer to work with in comparison to the other 5 shades here. But other than that, it was still workable, and it's a beautiful burgundy kind of color. I think that these would be so fun mixed with my Bobbi Brown pencils I already have that are in matte shades. I have a look planned to do a little combo of both. But if you like kind of like a long-lasting satin eyeshadow, I think you would really like these. They're pretty easy to work with, and they last a long time because they grip on your eye, but it doesn't feel suffocating on your eyelid, nor does it feel drying. Like, it just feels like a powder shadow after they're set, but they are way more long-lasting than a powder shimmer. So those are really nice. I enjoy them. Now I have a bunch of lip products to go through. I'll first talk about these Nars ones. These are the Nars Afterglow Sensual Shine lipsticks. Sensual Shine lipsticks. A little bit of a tongue twister for me. These are nice. They feel like a lot of other lip products we're seeing coming out now. It's kind of like a tinted lip balm lipstick kind of vibe. I love its skinny packaging. I think it's really nice. My favorite shade is this one, Dolce Vita. I've been wearing it quite a bit, and they're really glossy, but they have a good amount of pigmentation, and they last pretty well too. Like, they do have a little bit of grip to them. They don't feel just like an oily gloss or anything. I am not completely drawn to these ones. I'm only really drawn to this one shade. I think that's why this formula kind of stayed under the radar for me for so long, but I find myself reaching for them more and more, and the formula is really good. I just found that the shade range was really warm. Again, I did a swatching reels of all of these on my lips, so I'll put another little clip in. Yeah, they're really nice. I feel like they're pretty similar to a lot of other things on the market, but if there's a shade that you're really drawn to, I think you'd like it. And I do like how glossy they are. They look really plumping without being a plumping lipstick. They almost fill in your lip lines and just exaggerate your lip shape. It's really cute. The next lip product here are the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush lipsticks. So these have a really nice formula. They have that matte look, but a slippy feel. So they feel really nice and comforting and kind of hydrating on your lips, but I feel like I'm just burnt out with Charlotte Tilbury's shades. Like I'm really tired of Pillow Talk in every formula, you know? I feel like you could just get the bullet lipstick and pair it with a gloss, pair it with a lip balm or whatever to change its texture. I feel like you don't need every single Pillow Talk in every single formula, you know? I think I'm just tired of the colors, but just talking about its formula alone, it's really nice. I feel like I've seen this type of formula before. It's like the MAC, these ones here, Powder Kiss liquid lip colors, or the Rare Beauty Souffle lips. Like they add that kind of blurring feel and look to your lips, which is really pretty. I do actually like using these as blushes though. It is really pretty and flattering. Besides that, it's a really good formula. I'm just bored of Charlotte Tilbury shades. I think that's the root of my issue with these. And I know I'm not the only one who feels that way. And this next product is the last product in my liked section, and these are the Kosas lipsticks they just brought out. And these are really nice. Again, they have a really nice formula. They have a little bit more of a satin finish to them. And whenever I use these, I just feel like I'm using the e.l.f. O Face lipsticks. They're pretty much identical. Like I feel like they're pretty much the exact same product. They both have a magnetic closure, both square lipsticks. They both have like a satin comforting lipstick formula. And I think I actually prefer the e.l.f. formula because it feels more long wearing and I like the shades a bit better. I feel like the O Face lipsticks are just so unbeatable, especially for their price and formula. They're awesome. These haven't really stuck out to me. And if I'm being completely honest, I'm much more into the wet sticks from Kosas over the bullet lipsticks. I don't know why. These are way more up my alley. These just felt okay to me. Like they feel like every other satin bullet lipstick out there. I feel like a brand would have to come out with something very innovative for me to be wowed by a bullet lipstick again. But just speaking on its formula alone, it is really nice and hydrating. It's consistent in color and tone. Like they're a really good formula. I like them and I feel like they go under the radar again because there are so many bullet lipsticks out there that are amazing. But again, if you find a shade that you love and you adore Kosas, you won't be disappointed in these at all. Just for me, I'm just not completely drawn in by these. These on the other hand, I feel like my love for them grow more and more and more every day, especially for the shades Malibu and Hot Beach. Just a quick update there. Now let's finish off strong with my absolute favorites of the month. I don't know where to start. There's a lot of lip products in today's roundup. It was all about lips this month. So let's start there. These are all Asian Beauty lip products. This is what I fell in love with the most from my Asian Beauty haul. I can't wait to rave about them even more. So my number one most used from my haul is this one from Romand. It's the Glasting Water Tint in the shade Rose Stream. This formula is also very unique to me because it almost has two layers to it. So it has that beautiful glassy, glossy sheen and then the beautiful color and stain underneath. So on your lips, it just feels like you layered two different products. It's really cool. And this shade is just so unbelievably gorgeous. And the stain is also very consistent and long wearing too. My one minor downside to this one is if I reapply this multiple times a day, I do find that it can get a bit drying. So that's my only downside with this one. Otherwise, completely obsessed with the color, the texture, all of it. It's so nice, and the price too. I did purchase a few more shades in this formula and I've been trying to be patient to wait for it in the mail. Yeah. Another formula I really like from Romand is the Juicy Lasting Tint. Now they have like a million colors in these. I think this is their most popular formula and it's really nice. It's more lacquery and thicker in comparison to the Glasting water tints. I'll show you a swatch of Fig beside this other color. So you can see it has a thicker effect and consistency, but again, it has a really nice even tint and staining quality. It doesn't feel as glossy as the Glasting tint. It feels exactly like the Rare Beauty lip oils, if I'm being honest. I feel like if these were depotted into different products, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between the two. But they have a gorgeous shade range and I've been in love with these. These have been living in my purse. They're awesome. But I think the best formula from my Asian Beauty haul are the Amuse ones. These ones feel very hydrating. The tint is the most even and they don't feel drying at the end of the day. Like I can reapply them all the time and I'm not going to have that feeling of dehydration. This formula too feels a bit on the softer side compared to the other two I was just talking about. You can kind of see it in the swatch here too. It almost looks a little bit more ethereal, like it's softening. It minorly diffuses your lips. I don't know, they're just completely stunning, but they add this gorgeous long-lasting sheen too, and the staining is just incredible. But if you want something a little bit more on the subtle side, I have these ones from Florasis. These are also, honestly, all of these are kind of same but different. These are kind of more chill. They have some different kinds of tones. I feel like the Florasis ones are more neutral in tone, whereas these ones can pull a lot more warm, but I think that might just be the shade selections I've made. These ones don't feel like a gloss or a lip oil at all. They honestly feel very lightweight and kind of like nothing on your lips, but they have a really nice subtle tint. They don't stain as heavily as all of the others I just mentioned. It's kind of more on the chill side, but still very lovely, and they have been heavily used this month. I feel like I need to rank these because they all are kind of similar. I'm gonna rank them right now. So Amuse first, then the Glasting Water Tint, Juicy Lasting Tint, then Florasis. I think that's my ranking out of all of these, but I do hold them all near and dear to my heart. But those are all of the lip products. Now let's move into the other random things here. The Rare Beauty new brow gel is incredible. I like this one more than the e.l.f. Brow Lift. It's pretty much the same, but just kind of in an easier component. I don't need to bring along a brush or a spoolie or anything. I just have all that I need in this nice little package. You can get a laminated look, you can get a fluffy look. It's just incredible. You can really sculpt your brows and it lasts all day. It also doesn't do that weird thing where it detaches from your skin and gets kind of white and ashy like. It's an incredible brow gel, and I feel like this is what she was wearing during the controversy when she had the super laminated brows. I swear she did it with this. Because you can achieve that look so easily. But anyways, it's phenomenal and I can't wait for this one to launch. Another huge favorite of mine is the 3CE Eye Switch. Now this is the best way to add glitter to your eye looks. It's just so easy and convenient. You don't need any eye primers or glitter glues. It's just all in one, and it's very quick and easy. This is what I have under my eyes right here. This is a really cute color. It's kind of like more of like a pinky peachy color, and there's some blue and pink sparkles in here, but they have some other shades as well. But this is just so nice. It has a multitude of sizes of glitter too. A lot of the products I've had like this in the past just have one consistent size of glitter, whereas this one has some big ones, some super tiny ones. I just like it. It just adds a really fun crushed diamond look to your lids. It's very unique to my collection, and I've been so happy with it. And I also like the brush here. It's not like a classic brush. It's just like a little silicone tip, and it just works a lot better than like an actual brush tip or a felt tip. Oh, I forgot to wipe off the tints here so you can see how they stain. So you can see Florasis is a lot more chill. Honestly, these feel a lot like the e.l.f. glossy lip stains. That's what I was trying to remember. Sorry, kind of backtracking here. You can see that this one does the most intense staining job, and these ones are kind of equal, I guess. An eyeliner pencil that I do really enjoy is the Clio Extreme Gel Presso pencil liners. I'm pretty impressoed with these gel pressos. And this is a shade that I didn't have in my collection. It's a really nice kind of ashy gray. It's really unique. They're very creamy, but they dry down and they stay put, but they're not too uncomfortable. You're able to do anything you want with these pencils. This is a good pencil. You can shear them out for a smoky effect. You can build them up for like a really snatched effect. This is the one I have on my lids today. It's awesome, and I do feel like I will pick up some more shades in this just because of the ease of use and the longevity. It's a really good commendable, I almost said brow pencil. It's a really good commendable eyeliner pencil. That's the word. And my last but not least, oh my god, owie.
Last but not least, oh my god, owie.
And my last favorite of the month, which I think is my top favorite, I saved the best for last. This is the Clio Kill Lash Superproof Mascara, and I have the volume curling one. If I could dream up my perfect mascara, this is it. This is what I've been searching for. It's honestly incredible in every which way. The thing I was immediately in love with was the wand. It's so easy to navigate throughout your lashes. You can get into every single lash and define it, and you can get different levels of definition. You can either get them to be kind of volumized, or you can just tint your lashes and it's going to last all day. This is one of those mascaras I can use on my top and lower lashes, and I know it's not going to smudge or flake or do anything like that. And this formula is waterproof, so it keeps the curl that I work so hard to put through my lashes there all day. And this mascara is relatively easy to remove at the end of the day with a cleansing oil. Like, it's not as rough as other waterproof mascaras I've used in the past. It's just been so incredible. It's such a breeze. It's also a very quick formula and it feels really lightweight. I feel like this mascara would be a dream for so many different types of lashes. It's just been incredible and I've used it so much. I raved about it so much. You're probably tired of hearing it, but you know, get ready for more because it's not going anywhere. But there we have it. There is my July roundup for you. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and I will link everything in the description down below. So feel free to check that out, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.